Hello guys and welcome back to the show. In today's video we'll be looking at the top paying programming languages in 2020 and some of the most popular programming languages out there that developers use in their day-to-day work. Whether you're looking to start programming as in you've never written a single line of code or you're an experienced developer who is looking for new opportunities, this video is certainly for you. But before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification so that you get notified if I do upload any other videos later on in the future. So as you guys can already see, I have two tabs open. One is the Stack Overflow Developer Survey 2020, and one is the State of Developer Ecosystem in 2020, which was conducted by JetBrains. But we will first look at the Stack Overflow Developer Survey, which was conducted in February 2020. And nearly 65,000 developers took part in this survey. So you can take it for what it is. You can take it to reflect the current market in the tech industry. Firstly, let's look at the most popular programming languages out there, which are used by developers in their day-to-day duties at work. So, as you guys can see, these are the most popular technologies out there. And I'm not surprised at all that JavaScript is the most popular programming language out there because everybody likes JavaScript. Everybody likes to use React. Everybody likes to use Vue. Everybody likes JavaScript. For 8 years in a row, JavaScript has maintained, this hype, this popularity, and it's used a lot by developers out there. You see, Ruby is nowhere to be found, and right now it's mainly Go and Kotlin, which is mostly used for Android application. So if you're a new developer and you're starting out, or even if you are like an experienced developer and you're looking for the most popular languages out there, which will give you, more opportunities in terms of career-wise. Just keep up, with the trend and make sure that you keep learning and you keep like sharpening your skills. But as you can see, JavaScript is the most popular language out there. Then you've got HTML, CSS, SQL for database. Python is also popular when it comes to web programming. You've got Django, Flask. I actually have a lot of Flask videos on this YouTube channel, so you can check that out if you want. If you want me to do JavaScript tutorials, I can also do that as well. But what I've realized is that in most like big companies, they either use Scala, which is nowhere to be found in this list, or Java because of the type safety properties that these languages do have. But yeah, these are the most popular technologies used out there. And if I click on the professional developers, as you can see as well, it's still JavaScript and HTML, SQL, Python, and then Java. Then you've got Bash Shell, for scripting, the C Sharp for ASP.NET and stuff. PHP, I'm so surprised that PHP is out there. I've never written PHP before, but I'm still surprised that it's out there. I didn't know that people still use PHP, but it's interesting to find that PHP is still being used. And Scala is down there. I write Scala a lot at work, and it's a great language. I love it. It's a functional programming language, and if you can learn Scala, you can learn any other language in the world. I promise you that. Okay, so these are the most popular programming languages out there. When it comes to web framework, these are the most popular web frameworks out there. So again, if you're a developer and you're starting out and you would like to, work on projects, you can use any of these frameworks to build the application that you like to build so that you can show it to, the people who do interview you and then show them that you are on top of your game. And then hopefully you do get the job that you're looking for. We will go on and find out the top most paying programming language out there in 2020. And voila, what languages are associated with the highest salaries worldwide? And then globally, as you can see, they've got Perl, Scala, and Go tend to be the highest salaries. They tend to pay the most. Why is this so? The reason why I think that these languages pay a lot is because these languages are quite antique. Not a lot of people know them. Like people know a lot of JavaScript because of the hype that JavaScript gives. Every newbie starts learning JavaScript or Python, which is good. You need to start from somewhere. But these languages are very old languages that people do not really talk about. Like if you go on YouTube right now and you search for Scala, you don't really get a lot of people programming in Scala. You don't really get a lot of people programming in Perl. So the developers, the few developers out there who do know how to program in these languages, they do charge a lot. You know what I mean? Because there is high demand for a lot of people, so they have the luxury of charging a lot. That's the reason why you've got Perl going for 72, $76,000 dollars. You've got Scala going for $76,000 as well. Then you've got Golang, which is $74,000. Then you've got Rust, Ruby. Again, it's a very good language, very easy to learn. A lot of big industries do like using Ruby because of Ruby on Rails. Because Ruby on Rails is fast. It makes like building complex web application really easy, and it's an object-oriented program as well, which is really, it's fun to learn. So if you're a newbie and you like to learn Ruby, you can, you can start from there. It's just like Python, but with, little differentiations in them. Let's find out what JavaScript. Okay, as you can see, JavaScript, right, is the most popular programming language out there, but it doesn't really pay that much, you know, because again, a lot of people know JavaScript. If you go on the YouTube right now, there's a lot of information on JavaScript, which is like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 7 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago. Like there's a lot of people doing JavaScript tutorials and all that stuff on YouTube. But if you look for Perl, right, there isn't that much. Look, 4 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, not a lot of people doing Perl on YouTube, and not a lot of people know Perl. That is the reason why these programming languages tend to pay a lot, because not a lot of people know them. But don't lose hope. If you're a beginner out there and you're looking to start programming, I would advise you to, start from the basics. You need to start from somewhere. So Ruby would be a good language to learn. HTML, CSS, JavaScript, they are all like good languages that you can pick up. And once you start understanding the basics and all that stuff, you can look into other programming languages as well. You can look into Python, you can look into TypeScript, which is basically JavaScript with TypeScript as well. You can pick up any other programming languages that you want, because once you know one programming language, it becomes very easy to learn the next programming language, because they all have like the same logic and patterns. The only thing that changes are the syntax. So if we go into the United States, you can see that if you go to the United States, the top paying programming language is Scala. There's Golang as well, which is 140,000. Objective-C, I do understand why Objective-C pays that much, because again, you can use Objective-C for iOS development and not just Swift. And they've got Kotlin, which is mostly used for, you can use it for backend, you can use it for making Android apps. See, Perl still pays a lot when you go to the United States. They've got Ruby, they've got Rust, and they've got C. So these are all programming languages that, you can, will give you an idea of how the market is and what you need to learn, to get paid. So these are the most paid and most wanted programming language out there, according to Stack Overflow survey, which was taken by 65,000 developers. Now, if we go to JetBrains, JetBrains states that the most popular primary programming language is Java, and the most used overall is JavaScript, which confirms what we saw in the Stack Overflow survey. And then Go, Kotlin, and Python are the top three languages developers are planning to adopt or migrate to. And then Python has overtaken Java in the list of languages used in the last 12 months. It's the most studied language. In the last 12 months, 30% of respondents have started or continue to learn Python, even more than last year. So you can see that Python is good and is great to learn. Ruby, JavaScript, they're all great to learn. And there are a lot of like job opportunities in these like areas as well, and you can have like a lot of benefits as well if that's what you're interested in. So that is it for today. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope it gave you an idea of how the tech industry and how the job market in terms of like tech stacks and languages that you need to know, and the most popular and most paid in 2020 are, so you can make an easy decision on what to learn and what to basically go for in your next job. Thank you guys for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.